Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. I am one of your hosts, Eric Gallerid, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every week by this is Dawn Dantzler. What's happening, Dawn?
Nothing much. What's going on with you, Eric?
Oh, just enjoying this nice, really cool Christmas December weather. It's going to be 81 degrees today. So we're pretty stoked about that. I know that there are mixed emotions about that. So maybe start off the comments. We want to obviously drop your comments in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process that you are in. But also, hey, give me 80-degree December weather all day long. I'm good with that. Or if you are in the camp, I want Christmas weather. I want, hot chocolate. I want Ugg boots. I want all of those things. Or if you're like, no, give me Bermuda short and t-shirt all day. That's why I live in Texas. Which camp do you find yourself in at Christmas time? I'm Camp Cold. Give me cold weather. My wife is Camp Bermuda. Like if it were up to her, it would be 85 all year round. So
nice.
We are house divided, but we are here to talk about all things building on your land, not just the weather. That's an obvious thing that's happening. But if you're thinking about building a home on your land anywhere in the great state of Texas, well, for sure, anywhere in the world. I mean, if you want to talk about it, we can. But we're very, very specialized in Texas, particularly rural parts of Texas. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. It's what we've been doing for the better part of a century. So ever since 1932, Tilson has been building homes on people's land all over the state of Texas. 91% of what we build is rural, so that's really our bailiwick, as they say. So if you have any questions at all about building on your land, about the design process, about preparing your property, about looking for property, about customizations, financing, is it a construction loan? Maybe I can just get approved and pay for it all when the house is finished? Do you think about paying cash? How is it financed? What's the permitting process like? What's the engineering process like? We are here to answer all of those questions and get you as comfortable as possible with the process and just remove that unfamiliarity, remove that friction so that you are better equipped to make a great decision for you and your family. Dawn and I have to be here whether you're here or not.
And also, if you're brand new here and you have no idea what any of those words are that Eric just said, you can also ask us what that means.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So yeah, no, really, if you're considering building a home on your land, you have come to the right place, and we're glad that you're here. We are here for you to answer your questions. We genuinely believe a more informed, the happiest buyers. So the more information we can give you, the better off you're going to be. We try to be as transparent as possible about what's going on in the industry today. So we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Jump into the chat. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, maybe what you're building, what part of the process that you're in. And yeah, we're having a little poll going on. Are you December? I like the warm weather. Let's keep it 80 all the time in Texas. Or are you camp? I want cold weather. I want sweaters. I want beanies. I want all the things. So love to know what camp you're in. Like I said, I'm Camp Cold. Bring me the cold. What do you have a preference, Dawn?
I feel like December should be cold. But I'm also team that, like, if it's cold enough to snow, it should. So I like my cold very specific.
If it's cold enough to snow, it should.
Yes. Fair. Yeah. If it gets below 30, it should snow. Otherwise, there's no point being there.
Yeah, that's what my kids always are like. Anytime it starts to get even remotely it drops below 40 degrees where we live, and they're like, "You think it's going to snow?" Like, I do not think it's going to snow. Like, physically, I do not believe it's going to snow. But that, what are you going to do? But we also have a special presentation today. As you folks are jumping in, again, tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us a part of the process that you're in. Ask any questions you want. Tell us if you are Camp Cold Weather or Camp Warm Weather in December. We got a little poll going on. We are going to be talking about something very specific today, though, aren't we, Dawn? What do we got?
We are doing one of my favorite things, which is showing off one of our customers' homes. We're going to be talking about a Nottingham, which is a classic Tilson plan, one of my favorites. But we're going to talk about the May family and what they did with it up on their property in Ennis. So really exciting because they did some really interesting things and really kind of adapted the plan and made it their own. So it's going to be beautiful. I'm excited.
Yeah, we've been some iteration of the Nottingham plan. Of course, it has evolved over time. It's been modernized, of course, but some iteration of this plan for over 30, almost 35 years, thereabouts, right at 30 years. And yeah, of course, the Tampico that we're building. We'll get into more into that later. But yeah, I think we have folks joining us. So
We do.
what's going on?
We have Will coming in from Klondike.
Will.
We've got Alex from Dayton.
What's up, Alex? Welcome back.
We have Lisa going to build in Springtown.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We've got Chris, hi from Fort Worth, just got released to construction for a house in the hills above PK. Awesome.
Wonderful.
We have Julie. Happy Tuesday. Camp Cold here. Also, we're getting the long-awaited floors today in our Whitney D farmhouse in Bowie. Awesome.
Nice. It's going to all come together. The floors are beautiful.
Will is Camp Warm.
That's because Will's got a lot of work to do. That's why.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of prep for the animals if it gets too cold.
Mm-hmm.
We got Chris. He prefers warm weather, 60s to 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
Wendy says cold weather for sure.
I'm with you.
We got Janet. Howdy from Grayson County. Stone arrived for our Live Oak D, and we are waiting on inspections. Awesome.
Very cool.
We have Linda watching from Arlington, building a Whitney D in Maypearl. This Friday, we sign our loan papers. Yay. Thank you for everything. Best experience ever. Awesome.
Well, congratulations, Linda. Thanks for hanging there with us.
Kelsey says that she is Camp Snowing or Camp 75 and Sunny.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay. I got
Wendy is scheduled
I'll have what she's having.
Wendy's sharing that she's scheduled to break ground January 9th in Republic Grand Ranch. So
beautiful.
Awesome. That's great. Alex, definitely team cold weather in December.
I'm with you, Alex. Let's keep it cold.
Will is leaving us already. Y'all have a great and blessed week. I'm getting stuff done before the rain this evening, finishing up an automatic pig feeder. Awesome.
Oh, and from what I saw, they get a lot to eat, man. I don't know. I mean, maybe they eat so much that you're tired of going out there, but it's your pigs did not look malnourished. They look like they're getting their fair share.
They're loaded up on bacon. Linda, Camp Warm Weather. Okay. Janet, Team Warm Weather. I got things to do outside.
Fair.
We got Katie, Cold, I Thrive.
I'm with it.
Andy, back in dry Eastern California, yuck. Building a Travis A in Fort Bend County starting in February. Awesome.
Oh, very cool, Andy. Wonderful.
Very cool, Andy.
Nice. Well, like I said, we do have of course, a beautiful home to show you guys. Keep dropping into the comments, again, where you're joining us from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in. Any questions at all that you have. If you've got questions about financing, about site preparation, about permitting, about this plan that we're about to show you, we can help you with all that kind of stuff. That is why we are here. So definitely we're going to jump into the presentation, Dawn, and let's give these folks what they came for.
All right. So we're here to talk about the Nottingham. So as you guys know, this Nottingham is one of our models in Angleton. And like Eric was mentioning, it's been a model and a plan that Tilson's been building for 30, 35 years in some iteration or another. The exterior that we have as the model, which is also what this family chose, is the D elevation, which is a good combination of the stone, the board and batten siding, as well as those wood accents, which is a beautiful craftsman style elevation on this plan. And then this is the standard floor plan for the Nottingham. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath, a little bit over 1,600 square feet. And things that are super popular about this plan is that it does have the true split bedroom design. So your master suite is completely on the opposite side of the home from the secondary bedrooms. All the guest rooms and kids' rooms are completely on the other side. It comes with a study as well as a separate dining room, and that's in addition to the breakfast area and the kitchen. And the kitchen is kind of the perfect combination of an open concept, but still kind of like closed off. So you can still see everything that's going on in the living room, but it's still kind of closed off and on its own. So people don't necessarily have to be looking in where the mess is. And then it also has a good size utility room that has space for the freezer and also, keeps your water heater.
Beautiful. And we have a little bit of, I think I have a little bit of a typo here. It is a little over 2,000 square feet. It's little brothers closer to that, the Tampico closer to that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Range. So yeah, I've got a little typo there, but it's 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, plus it could be a 4th bedroom. And we will show you that here in just a minute.
All right. So this is what the May family did to their Nottingham. So it's going to look a little different when I launch that video for you guys. They really prioritized, they wanted the back of the home to be completely flat because they are overlooking a pond. So they wanted to be able to make sure that they had the same pond view from any room that they were in. They didn't want any part of the outside of the home blocking their views. So they actually, did a lot of twisting everything around and changing that rear elevation in order to make that happen. So one thing that they did was they actually rotated the master bedroom. So instead of, jutting kind of off the back of the house, it's turned. So it's the same size. It's just turned sideways, and everything else on that side of the home moved forward. Stayed the same size, just moved forward on the house itself. They also, in their foyer dining room area that usually has a half wall dividing it off, they went ahead and removed that half wall just to open that space up a little bit more. And then on the front porch, where we usually have a wall there where the house kind of comes out, they actually removed that and just did a wood post on that porch so that it's a little open, because as you can see, they added that really large oversized 2-car garage. So they wanted to make sure that they had, easy access from there. They did go with the alternate kitchen layout. So that adds in that large center island and actually gives you more space in the breakfast nook and the utility room. Because that's one of those, we talk about when you change the size of one room, you end up changing the sizes of the other. This is the perfect example of that. When you add the extra space to the kitchen, everything else there also gets all that extra space. You get a bigger breakfast nook as well as a bigger utility room.
You effectively add that 2 feet all the way through here.
Yes. Exactly. And then to make the back of the house flat, they actually took some space off of that bedroom number 2. So theirs is a little bit smaller and stole a little bit from bedroom 3 to kind of make it even. And then in their hallway bathroom between those 2 spare bedrooms, they actually put in an exterior door instead of the window that comes standard. So that way, when the guests are out at the pond or playing in the sandbox or whatever, they have access directly into that bathroom without having to traipse through the rest of the house. So Super smart idea there.
Awesome.
So let's go ahead and let them show us their home.
Guys, ask your questions and we'll get to them when we get back.
Absolutely.
Hi everybody, welcome to Tilson Home Tours. I'm Kelsey and I'm here today with Marla to talk about her customized Nottingham D home here in Ellis County. So let's talk about the exterior for starters. That front porch is beautiful. That door is amazing. Tell me more.
Yeah, and so my husband and I, when we saw the door, we're like, oh my gosh, we've got to have this Texas Star door. And it was an upgrade, but it was a worthwhile upgrade. And then there was a full wall. We knocked it out because we just wanted the cedar post there and just more open and inviting.
Yeah, it really opens it up.
Yeah.
And tell me about the back side of the house, because you don't have that dimension that you do on the front.
Yes. And so on the back, my husband's goal was to make it a whole wall of windows, so that way we have a view, 180-degree view of the land.
Yeah, no matter what room you're in, you're not having your view blocked by any other rooms.
Exactly. He didn't want to look out and see a wall.
Yes. And then you've got a massive garage.
Yes. My husband has an F-250 truck that he wanted to be able to park in the garage, and so we made it a little wider and a little deeper so that he can park his F-250 in there and I can park my Toyota Highland in there, and then we still have room to walk around.
Yes.
So it's fabulous.
That is amazing.
Yes.
And then the color, I love the colors that you picked. It just really blends in with the nature around you.
Exactly. And I think it's called like green earth or whatever, and so we picked the green color and then the stone color to just blend in with all of our beautiful trees that we have here.
It's really pretty.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, looks beautiful. And I love all the stone work that they did with the pathways and everything as well. Like it's really
that turned out really beautiful. And I have a soft spot for a nice, pretty gravel white rock drive. Not the concrete. I understand the concrete's nice and convenient, but there's just something that makes the look complete on a gravel drive like that. And I love how they opened up. Again, of course, walking up to the Nottingham as many times as I have, like this, where you have this stone wall walking in. It's kind of a little bit of a dark front porch, nice and dry, but dark. But this is just really, really nice and open. It was a really nice touch.
It's just beautiful, very inviting.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect inviting country home they have going on, and I love all the choices that they made here.
And obviously, another soft spot for being able to park your truck in a garage. That's a big deal. But you see that they put some gutters on the home, which again, good idea. And you see where they go down into the ground and then they go out a little ways. So again, really important that you get the that water running off and away from the foundation. So
Mhm.
always a very, very good thing. If you do it all the way and get it out of there. And yeah, just a really pretty nice touch. I like the colors.
Yeah, just a beautiful home. And then this is that rear exterior, so you can see how it's flat all the way across, and then showing off the side as well with that large oversized garage. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, I believe these are the windows that come in the family room on the Nottingham, so that's going to be included. They may have made some other changes in the dining area, but the family room windows, it's just like in the model home. These nice, large, big picture windows, letting that light pour in. Yeah, of course, I wish I could see the pond. It's kind of a soft spot, but yeah, very, very well thought out, very well planned. You can tell, of course, it has spray foam. We don't have our ridge vent going across here. This is a foam house. So up in climate zone 3 up in Ellis County. And yeah, just a really, really nice, very clean, very well done. I really like it a lot.
Yeah, very pretty. We did have a couple more comments that came in, so we'll talk to those.
Check them out. Yeah, guys.
Before we go to the next video. We've got Ashley saying she is team warm weather because she is freezing there in Northern California. Oh, sorry. You'll be in Texas soon. Come to Texas. We've got Dillo Creek Ranch, Granbury Sea, and Bandera. Big thank you for hearing us last week and helping our build get back on track. Still a few bumps to smooth out, but we are sincerely appreciative. Got to turn on our lights yesterday, and they are team warm weather. Frozen livestock water is not fun.
You are right about that. There is nothing fun about having to go out and bust up ice in the #1 wash tub so the cows can drink. That is not fun. I'll give you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, why Eric doesn't duck hunt. Not that mad at ducks.
We've got Lacey. She's coming in from our Waco location, gearing up for the Behind the Sheetrock seminar this Saturday. Yeah, we are.
It's going down. Yeah.
Very excited about that. It's going to be a great presentation. I'm really excited. Hopefully we'll have lots of folks come out. If you haven't registered yet, please sign up and join us. It's a wonderful chance to see everything that's happening behind the walls of a Tilson home and what construction looks like, so you can see the true quality before we close up the walls in our models.
For sure.
We've got Shantina. Do you guys offer different staircase options for the 2-story homes, such as a winding or curved staircase that is located by the foyer?
Okay, so we've done them before, Shantina. We don't have just a fixed, ready to go. What we have to end up doing is send those out to a company to have it custom bid, because those are all kind of unique. We actually don't even have that many plans where the staircase itself is exposed. So, like again, 91% we build is rural on acreage, usually at least 1 acre or more, probably more often 2 or more. So our customers tend to build out as opposed to up. So for that reason, our portfolio doesn't have a whole lot of true 2 stories where you have a 2-story foyer. We have a couple. The Cedar Creek comes to mind, and there may be 1 or 2 others.
The Granbury that we were just talking about.
For sure. Yeah, where you could actually be, maybe the Victoria, where you could actually do that with a staircase. So what we need to do is be one of those 2 or 3 plans and give us some kind of idea of what you want. And then we do have a vendor or 2 that we can get with, depending on what area we're building. And we can send that out, get it designed by them and bid by them. But it does have to be one, you can't really do it on like a Fredericksburg where the staircase just goes up to a bonus room, over it needs to be like you have to have the true 2-story. I know exactly what you're talking about, and they are beautiful. It's just you typically see those in a true 2-story subdivision style home where they have to go up because they're on a 60-foot wide or 40-foot wide lot. But great question.
Yeah, that makes sense. We have Andy's asking, will you be recording the Saturday seminar to view later? So yes, we are going to record it. So we're gonna try. There's a lot of moving around, and while technically it's in the model's not finished, so it's not outside but is outside. So I'm not sure how sound's going to work. So we are going to try to record it, and then we will see what we have. But it will probably be 3 weeks to a month before we can get it posted, just to make sure that we have enough time for editing and making it worthwhile. But we're going to try, but I highly recommend coming in person if you can. Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look at this lovely kitchen and family room.
Yeah, guys, keep asking your questions and we'll be glad to answer them. Put them all in here.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about this kitchen. I love the colors that you chose in here, and it's bigger.
Yes, and so We did choose the expanded kitchen, which includes the island. And then I love how the granite is included with Tilson. It's not an upgrade. And so, yes. And then when we got the expanded kitchen, it expanded the dining room, and then it expanded the laundry room as well.
Oh, okay.
And so we have a big laundry room that will eventually have even more stuff in there as a mud room. And
Oh
so,
my gosh, yeah.
Yes.
This laundry room is huge.
so big, yeah. And then Tilson, since we raised the ceilings in here, they made the cabinets taller for us, no extra charge. And when we made the back straight across, we did have to push up the side. We lost a little bit of cabinets, but we have plenty of cabinets.
Yeah.
And speaking of cabinets, check this out. So I didn't even realize we were getting this. But
Oh,
look at
the
this.
pull-out
The
drawers.
pull-out drawers. I was like, what? I'm so excited. Pull-out
Especially
drawers.
when you have it where you're storing your pots and pans, it makes storage
Yes.
so much easier.
Yes, definitely. And so, yeah, we just love this kitchen, and
Yeah.
we can both be in the kitchen cooking and not in each other's way, but my husband is the cook, to be honest, yeah.
Makes sense. Well, let's go check out your living room.
So come this way. We love how the ceiling is so high and the vaulted
It's
ceiling. It just
really
came
high.
like that. And we love entertaining in here, and so there's plenty of
definitely
space.
got room.
Yes, yes. And we placed our couch like this so that way we can sit here and look out the beautiful windows.
Yeah.
Because, and again, those are just standard windows that came
They're
with
so big.
Yeah, yeah.
They let in so much light. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you had all the lights off in here, you'd be able to see everything.
Exactly. And so we love the spaciousness
Mm-hmm.
of the living room and how it's like open to the kitchen, but yet still separate. And so
Yeah.
you can definitely tell there is our breakfast area, there is our kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
here is our formal dining room. So it's open, yet it has its like own little separate space, you
Yeah.
know? And so I can like decorate and have it like, okay, this is the kitchen, you know?
And you can designate each
Exactly.
room to what it is.
Yeah, but
and
yet when
I
you-
like that even this post where normally there's a half wall here in the model.
Yes. Yes.
But you opened it up, so it's still very open right when you come in from the foyer, but you
Exactly.
still know that this is the dining space.
Exactly.
And this is the living area.
Right, and if you look at the model home, it has a small foyer, and our foyer is much larger because when we made the design change to make the back straight, we pushed up the sides, which made the foyer bigger, which we love. We love when you
Gotcha.
open, you know, the beautiful Lone Star of Texas door, and you come into this open foyer.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Should we check out the study?
Sure, yes, yes, yeah. Okay, so come this way and I'll show you my home office. And so I work from home, so we have a great space. So here's my desk over here, and then my husband has his desk for when he's working from home.
Yeah, nice big room to fit the two full-size desks.
Exactly, because you can see we have a lot of stuff, and then it can still be a bedroom because there's a closet back there.
Oh,
and so if we needed it for a fourth bedroom, I should say,
Yes.
then there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you could always convert it later on
Exactly,
if
if we
you
needed
You still
to.
have this huge window
Beautiful
also.
view, exactly.
Oh, it's so
Yes.
pretty. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Let's go check out the other rooms.
All right.
So one of the largest family rooms of actually any of the homes in our whole portfolio, including houses over 3,000, approaching 4,000 square feet, the family room of the Nottingham, which is what just, it's why when you walk in, it just kills. It's 21 by 20. It's just this massive family room that's unobstructed to the kitchen breakfast area. So really the wall,
Right.
I mean, it's just a big space that, again, for most of our customers, everybody's hanging out in the same place. Everybody wants to be in the kitchen dining family area, the football game, the whatever, World Cup. Is that a thing? We do World Cup? I don't know. We don't do World Cup. But anyway,
I think we're out.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we got the boot, if you will. So yeah, we're on.
But yeah,
But just this
not
house
only
building
is it that
itself,
huge, big open space, but you've got the vaulted ceilings and you have the huge picture windows in the back. So you're just getting all that natural light. So it feels even bigger than it is. So it's just a great living room.
Yeah, it wears large. It wears large.
It does.
It just does.
It does. It's just
And,
that it feels so much bigger than that house actually is.
Yep. And again, the changes they made of opening that foyer up help a lot. Even just removing I never thought just the half wall, but just removing that little obstruction itself is enough to just, wow, the room's really big. So nice, big.
Yeah.
You get that walk-in pantry whenever you go to the alternate kitchen, which is nice. Of course, the island, larger workspace. You can't get enough countertops in a kitchen, really.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
the
so
thing.
this is showing kind of what Eric's saying about when you pick that alternate kitchen and what happens. So obviously this is the standard layout, not the changing around the back like they did, but just kind of to show you guys on the Nottingham as it comes when you pick that alternate kitchen custom option. It like he was saying, it adds in that kitchen island. You get that corner walk-in pantry. You get a much larger utility room and a much larger breakfast area. And yeah, you just get all that extra cabinet space, and it's just a great, great layout.
It is, yeah. We've had customers that'll add cabinetry here in the utility if you need it, folding table or sometimes even a sink in the utility room. We've done that before as well. So all those customizations are really, really easy to do.
Awesome. All right, so there's their kitchen, which if you watched us do the whole Nottingham model overview, you saw this kitchen before because they were kind enough to share their pictures as the example of what the alternate kitchen looks like. And it's just beautiful, just great space. Like she was saying, there's enough room to have two people in there cooking at the same time and not getting in each other's way. Although personally, I am anti multiple people in the kitchen cooking because it just doesn't. I'm a control freak. But if you are so inclined to have helpers, they have room.
I was thinking, it has nothing to do with the cooking itself, does it, Dawn? It does not.
It really doesn't. But and so if you're not so inclined to have helpers, there's that bar top on over by the sink area. They can sit there. They can watch. I'll be just fine.
A barrier. She would like a barrier between her and her helpers, please.
You stay in your spot.
But you got to have the kiddos or the grandkids in there getting stuff everywhere. They learn how to bake, right? They make the big mess. And then ideally they learn how to clean up said mess.
I'm still waiting for that part.
Right. Yeah, no. It's that part's a struggle. That part's not nearly as much fun. Not nearly as much fun.
Not at all.
No, just absolutely beautiful kitchen. And really, really did great on the colors. I love the backsplash. I love the accent tile going there on the range wall. Very, very tastefully done. Very tastefully done.
Very nice. And then this is their utility room. As you can see, it is huge. There is plenty of space to do any of those things that Eric was mentioning, adding cabinets, putting in a freezer, adding a sink, just having storage. So just a great large space.
So yeah, they got a place here to sit down, put shoes on, take shoes off before entering to further parts of the house. These are things that I like. Nice big door coming in from the garage, and yeah, just a lot of space in here. Can't have too much space in utility room, in my opinion.
Yeah, not at all.
Cool.
Very cool. And then there's that living room with that view, and yeah, like they definitely got what they were aiming for here. Anywhere you look, you're not looking outside and seeing a wall. It is just a beautiful, beautiful view, huge windows, and you can see that raised ceiling, and with the come down, the what's the
slope.
word?
The slope.
The slope.
Now buy a vowel, Vanna.
But yeah, just gorgeous and lots of space. I mean, that is a huge couch, and there was still plenty of room for everybody to walk around and have all their space and stuff. So great space. I don't know if you pointed
it out yet or not, but they did do their own. What all did they do? They did their own floor coverings.
They did their own floor covering and their own fans.
Okay, and it's saying the backsplash as well potentially.
Yeah.
So they did, and the floors are gorgeous. I think that's probably a 7-inch wide plank. Very, very pretty.
Very pretty.
Like the way that turned out. So that is something that is available to do if you want. It is a very involved trade. So your sales consultant can explain to you everything that goes into that. But that is something that we can accommodate. There's a lot of them that we cannot accommodate, but floor coverings is one. Floor coverings and appliances are ones that we can pretty easily accommodate.
Right.
If you want to do those yourself.
Absolutely. All right. We do have. Oh, and sorry, I forgot about their dining room. And then they have that beautiful separate dining room space. So, very, very large. You can see this table is 6. Obviously, they've got a leaf that they can put in here to add the extra 2 chairs, and still have plenty of room. And I like how they were talking. Like, I agree. It's nice. All the way this house was put together and built for them it is wide open, but everything has a defined space. You're not kind of wondering what's the dining room versus what's the living room. So I really like the way they achieved that.
For sure. And I don't let this be lost on me. They've turned the area between the foyer, the porch, and the garage, a little courtyard.
I know.
It's lovely.
It's lovely.
Quite nice. Very easy.
Yeah.
All right. I see we got some questions, comments.
We do.
Guys, drop all your questions into the chat. We will answer every single one of them.
All righty. So Ashley is.
Give you.
Ashley's asking, when building our home, can Tilson build a large kennel for a dog rescue?
So we don't do like cyclone fencing, which is what I picture when I'm picturing a dog kennel. We could probably help you with the flat work, with the concrete, if you want to do that. But as far as the fencing portion of it, with the gates and each kennel or gate that opens, that's not going to be something we could. But we could probably help you find someone in the area. I know you're coming in from California, so we could help you find a contractor that does cyclone fencing and that kind of thing that right up their alley. You want somebody who's kind of an expert at that thing. With what kind of roofing system you're going to have and how the gates are going to work and how you want to lock them or latch them. And it's best to find somebody that's their go-to. So.
Okay. Perfect. All right. We've got Crystal saying, hey y'all, any plans to do a video tour of a Granbury customer home soon? Yes, we do. But the Granbury is one of our newer plans and a bigger home. So it's taken us a little bit to actually get one finished and completed. So we have one that the customers agreed to let us come into, but they just moved in a couple months ago. So they're wanting to make sure that they're nice and settled, because when everybody's showing off their houses, they want to make sure that it's all decorated exactly the way they want it.
4 or 5 weeks ago. I don't even think it was a month. I think it was not that long ago.
Yeah, when was Cinderella finished? You would have seen it. The Basden family home. It's a gorgeous blue house. They called it Cinderella. I think you're right. I think it's only been probably about a month that they've been in there. So they're getting it all decorated, and then we'll be able to take you guys through. So excited about that one. Gretchen is asking, strange question, but our HOA review team needs to know the weight of each bundle, flat, or pallet of shingles weighs. Any idea how I can find this information?
Okay, so yes, we can get the information to you on that. There's a couple of things here. One would be, are they asking this because there's like a weight limit on the roads based on how many pallets of shingles we'll be bringing in? I doubt that that's the case. It is an antiquated way that shingles used to be called out. There were 200-pound, 250-pound shingles, 300. Shingle manufacturers have gone away from that. Like all the ones that we do are a limited lifetime warranty. They went from pound shingles, then they went to year. You had a 20-year, 25-year, 30-year, 50-year shingle, and now they've even kind of drifted away from that. And now it's just you have a limited lifetime warranty on the shingles. Limited lifetime being as long as the original person who put them on first is in the home, they're warranted. Okay. So the problem with HOA requirements is they don't evolve typically.
They don't know construction.
Right. They are written at a finite moment in time, right? And at that moment in time when those were written, that's probably how shingles were ordered and manufactured, and it was the lingo, the shingle lingo. And it's just the industry has moved completely away from that at this point. Certainly, we can find out from Owens Corning what each bundle weighs, right? I mean, they have that number. They know because they manufacture them. They have to put them on trucks. They have to TxDOT and DOT, US DOT has to have that information. So we can find out what a bundle of shingles weighs. Historically, they were about 50 pounds or so is how much a bundle. The 250-pound that what they're asking for, that was how much a square weighs. So one square is 100 square feet. When you talk about roofing size, one square is 100 square feet, which was historically about 3 bundles. So somewhere between 150 and 250 pounds, depending on what type of style of shingle that it was. There's how many pounds that one square, which is 100 square feet, weighed. And it's simply not how manufacturers call them out anymore, but we can get the information to them. Usually what they're wanting to make sure of, Gretchen, and I know this is a long answer to a strange question, but there's a lot going on. There's history.
There's some history, yeah.
What they're trying to find out is make sure you're not putting a 3-tab shingle on there, an old school, just inexpensive, what you might see on a mobile home or something like that. They're wanting to make sure you're not going to put a 3-tab shingle on your roof, which we're not. It's going to be an architectural dimensional shingle. You can give them the Owens Corning Oak Ridge, which is the manufacturer and the line that we use, unless you change to maybe Duration or WeatherGuard, HP, or one of those. And then we can probably find on the website what each one weighs, or if not, we can certainly reach out to our Owens Corning rep Hopefully that'll help you out. So get with your sales consultant, or maybe have them send us a private message. We'll get with your sales consultant and make sure they have information they need. And I just want to be sure we're answering the HOA's question appropriately, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And that's all I got. Oh, shit.
All right. Wendy is asking, do the kitchen cabinets all come with the drawers shown in the segment? I feel like this has been asked before, and the answer was yes, but when we asked our salesperson, she said no.
What's the answer, Dawn?
So I think, there's two things. I think you're referring to the pull-out tray that was in the actual cabinets. And that it's going to vary by home plan. So it's not included in all of our kitchens, but so it's just going to vary, and you can kind of talk to your consultant and they can show you on the plans which one include that option. And it is something you can add to any of the cabinets if it's not included in the kitchen that you selected. And then we've got Tad, don't want to get into a can of worms when it comes time to build. Anything to look out for when selecting a lot? All lots have slopes, trees, etc. Need to know how much slope is too much.
All right. Well, it's a subjective. How much is too much? We've built on very extreme. We've built on 13 foot, 16 foot out of levels on the footprint of the home. That's a lot. For me, how much is too much? Really, when you start to get anything over 7 feet is a lot. It's not undoable. We've done them. So, but it starts to get pretty excessive when you get over 7 feet. Now, that being said, we're talking about just the footprint of the home, right? The whole property may slope 12 or 15, if you're an acre, 2 acres, 10 acres. We're only talking about the footprint of the home. So, if this is your whole lot, this is your whole lot house, we're just concerned about the footprint here. So that being said, that's not really the biggest concern for us. I would be more concerned with things like floodplain, which are easy to investigate beforehand. I'd be more concerned about easements, again, which all these can be solved by asking for a current survey. Whoever's selling you the property, whoever you're buying it from, needs to provide. I'm not your real estate agent, but if I were, I would advise you to ask the seller for a updated boundary survey with corner pins located and all easements shown, done with the benefit of title. So you can go back and watch that if you need to, but the boundary survey with all easements shown, corner pins located with benefit of title, which simply means the title policy would have been updated, pulled, and all of the easements or restrictions or thou shalt nots would have been the surveyor would be privy to all those things, and he or she could actually draw them on the map, the physical drawing of the survey. So those are all that to say, I'm much more concerned about the things I cannot see than the things I can see on a piece of property. So floodplain, easements, restrictions, oil and gas leases, these kinds of things, those can really, building lines, setback lines, those are the things that concern me more so than trees, slope, all that. I got equipment. We can deal with all that. But I can't remove an easement. I can't remove a floodplain. This is stuff equipment can't fix it.
Right.
Hopefully that helps, Tad.
Yeah. Ashley is clarifying on her dog kennel that she spoils her dogs, and we're thinking more like a barn, kind of like a horse stall.
Yeah, we don't do kind of metal buildings or barn shops, that kind of thing. We definitely can find you a contractor there that does that, though. That'd be pretty easy to find one that does that.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Well, let's take a look at this master suite.
Let's do it.
Come here, Kelsey. I want to show you our bedroom. And so it's nice and spacious. And again, we have these beautiful windows.
Oh, yes.
So open. And I love the ceiling. Again, this ceiling, the stepped up ceiling came custom. Standard with this bedroom.
So tell me about what you did in this bedroom to line up the room with the windows.
So we turned the bedroom. So it was going like this way and it stuck out. And so now we just kind of turned it So it made it go like this way. And so now instead of this side of the house being straight, the bedroom sticks out a little bit, but it gave us that, nice flat view that we were looking for.
Yeah,
the 180
and you
degree
still
view.
have the 3 windows. In the model home, we have the one on the corner.
Yes.
So you just bumped it over to the middle to add them all on the one wall. That looks great.
And they didn't charge us anything extra. They were like, yeah, we'll just move the window there. Bam.
Yeah.
Bam. Bam. Done.
Well, let's check out the bathroom.
All right. Hi, Kelsey. Come on this way, and I will show you our lovely bathroom.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And we.
Oh my gosh, you have cabinets for days in here.
Yes, and this is standard. Like we didn't do any upgrades in here. Like again, beautiful granite countertops.
You both get your own sink. You both get your own space.
And I like that we
you
have.
still have a linen cabinet.
Yes,
too.
we have the high and the low. My space, your space. Don't come over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and you mentioned that your husband is really tall.
He's 6'2".
So this is helpful.
Yes, and then he tries to move his stuff over. I'm like, nope. And so, but then we did do.
It's the imaginary line. Don't cross it.
Don't cross it. And so we did upgrade the bathtub. We got the jacuzzi tub because I love taking a nice bubble bath.
I love it.
So we did get that upgrade.
Pamper yourself.
Exactly, girl. That's why it says when all else fails, take a bubble bath.
I love it.
And so yeah.
You got the nice walk-in shower here.
The walk-in shower, which we love, a nice walk-in closet.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but like I said, this is standard and came with the home.
This is great.
Love it.
Let's check out the other side of the house.
All right, let's go.
All right.
But I gotta say, I like their vibe. I like their attitude about life. I like just when all else fails, take a bubble bath. Like that's pretty good life advice.
It's a great philosophy.
Pretty good philosophy.
So yeah, just a beautiful master suite. Like we talked about at the beginning, they turned it sideways versus how it comes, standard in the plan. So like she was saying on the Nottingham, the way it usually is, there's a window on the wall that they eliminated on the exterior. So they just moved that to the exterior wall. So just did the rearranging, but I love the step ceiling in this master bedroom. Just makes it feel so big. Even bigger than it is. This looks like king size furniture. I know that's what we have in the model.
I was going to mention that's king size furniture with nightstands. Plenty of space,
tall dressers, and it's still you saw how big and spacious it felt. So it's a great home. And then the master bathroom, you've got, that huge tub. Like she said, they upgraded it to the jacuzzi tub, but you usually have the large soaking tub. Here you've got, as Kelsey so aptly put it, cabinets for days. There is so much storage in here. And they didn't even show the closet. It has a really large closet as well with lots of storage.
Big walk in here.
Yeah. But you've got the linen cabinet there with the hamper drop. So that you can put all the dirty clothes together, and then the kind of stair stepped vanity so that his stuff stays away from her stuff.
Yes.
And you've got that knee space so you can sit down and have that vanity space to do makeup and hair or
as I call it, that's the demilitarized zone.
Demilitarized zone.
The D&Z.
Excellent. And yeah, just a great huge walk-in shower. Just love it. I know they did their own tile, but I'm just going to give a shout out to that because it's beautiful. I love that river rock.
Really pretty tile.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Yeah, the rock in there, and the big, large format tile. It's an up and coming look. It is not easy to work with, and it's tough, but it is beautiful when it's done right, and they did it right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I love the lighting. It's a very bright space. The model is very, very similar. In fact, I think it doesn't have a door on it. The model as well.
Yeah,
which is nice. People like just no glass to clean. And you don't have a problem. You kind of get a good little shot of the shower here on the bottom right of what Kelsey took. So very nicely laid out. And guys, of course, keep asking your questions in the chat. Put them in there. Anything about building on your land, about financing, about site preparation, what kind of lots to look for, what to stay away from, financing. We're here to answer all your questions. So put them in there.
Absolutely. And let's move on and look at the other bedrooms.
Let's check it out.
Hey Kelsey, come this way. I want to show you all of the places that we have for people to sit and eat.
You've got a lot.
I know. Can you believe this? And so we can sit 8 people in the formal dining room. Then we can walk over here to the bar and 4 more people can sit.
Oh my God.
And then keep going. And then in the breakfast area, look, 8 more people. So 20 people.
Yeah, and then if you really wanted to, you could have your 20 people sitting in the eating spaces, and then you could fit 20 more people on the
over
couch.
here. Exactly, have a party, which we do all the time.
I love it. It's great for entertaining.
Yes, that is exactly one of the reasons we chose the Nottingham. Love it.
Yeah, well, and the big windows too.
Yes, I mean,
it still keeps going.
Everywhere you go, you get the view.
Yeah, yes. It's gorgeous. And then we've got the other bedrooms back here.
You want to come see them?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Hi, Kelsey. Let me show you my grandkids' playroom. So I have 2 adorable grandchildren, and so this is their playroom.
This is a great space.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, you can fit so much stuff in here. They've got all their books. They've got a little bed.
Yeah, and then like the closet is fabulous because you open these doors and look, all their toys.
Oh yeah, perfect. You can just put them all back there.
Exactly. Plenty of space for toys and entertaining. And so this room got a little bit smaller when we pushed everything up
to flatten out the back.
So we lost a little space in here, but it was well worth it to have the view. And we have a great playroom for the grandbabies.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thank you.
And then we've got secondary bath and another bedroom.
Yes. You want me to show you those?
Okay, so secondary bath.
Yes.
And tell me what you did in here.
Well, the big the big thing that we did was we changed that window to a door.
That's a big door.
Isn't that awesome? Because our pond is right there, and we always have people over, and so instead of going through the house with muddy feet or whatever, they can just walk into the bathroom, go to the bathroom, and then walk back outside without going through the house.
Well, and if they're super muddy and gross from being in the pond, you can just stick them in the shower.
Exactly.
Before they come in, track mud through the house.
Yes, or the sandbox, because the grandkids love that sandbox, and they get all sandy just coming through this door, bam, you're done.
Yep, and then you've got the other bedroom back here.
Yes. Yeah, and this is our guest bedroom / multi-purpose room. We put a Murphy bed in here, so that way when we're not using the bed, it goes up, and I can do my scrapbooking in here. I can, change my seasons out here, have my containers stored in here, whatever I need it for. Yeah.
Yep. It's basically like a one-stop shop for all your crafts.
Multi-purpose room, yes.
I love it. Yes. All right, well, let's go back to the kitchen.
Okay, thanks.
The Murphy bed, I gotta know more about. That is, also those are coolest things. Maybe muted.
Sorry, my click didn't go through. Yeah, I love the concept of a Murphy bed because it just gives you the best of both worlds in that guest room space. If you actually have a guest room that you can use when the guests aren't there, but that's easily converted, so you don't have that bed taking up all that floor space. So yeah, that's just brilliant. She's got her crafting room going on, her multi-purpose room, and
I see that
beautiful play area for the grandbabies. So. Just love it. Just great.
You get the nostalgic feel. It's one of those places like when the grandkids show up, maybe they hug grandma and grandpa, maybe they don't, but you can bet they bolt straight to the room with the Legos and the puzzles and the fun like it's one of those things that I'm just like, it's a fun looking space.
I know.
I bet you they just bolt straight to that.
I just love this house. I want to go hang out. I'll go play in the playroom. It's fine. Beautiful.
Yeah, you have your own iterations of Baby Yoda. I think Baby Yoda has a name, supposedly.
His name is Grogu.
His name is Grogu. Yep. I was gonna.
I think Baby Yoda was a better name, but I don't work for Star Wars, so.
Not owned by Disney, but yeah. So great use of the spaces. And again, folks, they're empty nesters. This is for the guests and grandkids and crafting, multi-purpose. Like I said, it's a great use of the space.
Just so smart. And here's the other super smart thing. You've got that pond right there. So this is your guest bathroom. So giving them the access from the outside so that you don't have muddy pond water traipsing through your whole house to try to get to that bathroom. So just brilliant, great idea. I love that they did that. And again, tons of cabinets in here, tons of storage, just, great little bathroom.
Good.
I say little. It's not a little bathroom.
It's not little, yeah. Not at all. Any bathroom that you can put an exterior door on and come into it is not a little bathroom.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
But yeah, just absolutely beautiful.
Guys, definitely put your questions in. Does Kelsey have an outro on this one?
We do, yes. We did have one question come in, though, if we want to go ahead and answer that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's give it a shot.
Andy is saying, last week you all mentioned shortening build times. What's the latest estimated build time, forms to closing in Fort Bend County?
So I know that Justin threw out a goal when he was on last week with us, and I think it was 2.25. So 225 days is the goal he's putting on folks. We have had some hitting that in that area, so it is possible. So that's the goal we're throwing on them. Again, the faster the better for us and for you, but without sacrificing quality or code, that's what we'll do. But yeah, we're shooting for a 225-day build time when these things go out to the field.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, guys, if you do have any questions, this will be your last call for questions before we watch the wrap up. So put them in the comments, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. But
do that. Put your questions in while you got us.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about why you chose the Nottingham as your home.
So we like to host and entertain, and so this was just a great open floor plan. And so that's why we chose the Nottingham, because it's so open for plenty of people to come over and enjoy our home, our lovely new home.
You've definitely got space for everybody. You've got
Yes.
the bedrooms for people to stay if they wanted to.
Yes.
You've got plenty of seating area. It's just great.
Yes, we love it.
I love that. And I just wanted to thank you one more time for having me out here and showing me all around your house. It's beautiful. I love the choices that you made, the customizations that you did, and why, of course.
Yes.
And then we want to thank all of you as well for tuning in to another episode, and we hope to someday soon make you part of the Tilson family.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, obviously thank you for letting us use your home, for letting us take a tour. Thank you, Kelsey, for doing this. We appreciate you, and David, of course. Great video as always. But thank y'all for carving out the time to do that. And yeah, wonderful stuff. Pretty house.
Yeah. I just love it. And I just love their vibe. They're just enjoying it completely. So I love that. I always love to see how our customers are living in our homes. So let's see. We had some questions. Janet's asking, is it true that we'll be notified when we are 90 days from completion?
Yeah, you better be. That is what our goal. I mean, obviously you'll be in contact with your construction superintendent throughout, on a weekly basis at least. And then so as you approach that, yes, you'll start to hear from our closing team, our closing department, as you approach that 90-day mark, 75 to 90 days in some cases, to find out. It's going to depend a little bit on who's doing the final survey and final driveway, that kind of stuff. And those conversations start happening. You'll hear from your lender as well as you approach that 60, 75, 90-day mark out. But yes, and so if you're wondering, we can get someone on our closing team to reach out to you, Ms. Kirkland, and double check. But absolutely, you should be hearing from them.
Okay, perfect. We have a question from YouTube. I asked for a 400 amp service to my house. What should I expect to see in my garage when the electricians come in? I was trying to understand the number of panels, so the sub, main, etc.
Okay, so what I don't know is if they're doing. So you would have to talk to your power company as well. Hopefully that's happened, because it's a totally different type of transformer when you're doing 400 amp versus 320 versus 200. 200 is typical. It's what's included. And then we have a 320 amp, and then you can go up to a 400 amp. You could probably, most likely, if it's all going to be on the home, it would most likely be two panels. It's going to be two 200 amp panels. It'd be very, very rare to see one large 400 amp service. The way I've typically seen it done with most cooperatives and most electricians is two 200 amp panels. So that, you said they've already installed the 400 amp transformer. And what I don't know is if it's PEC, Pronounce Electric Co-op, they usually require some type of a rack system that be built. So it's kind of the construct material that's set in the ground, and then we build a rack on that, and then we put the meter can on there, and then usually you have two boxes coming off that on a 400 amp service. That's typically how we see it done, and it may not be the boxes even inside the garage. I'm not able to look up your job with just UTTA, to be able to tell you what's on the plan, but your sales consultant and or building superintendent could easily do that and tell you what to expect.
Okay, perfect. Julie is sharing, North Texas, our build was supposed to take 12 to 14 months. Everything went so fast. We'll be closing 6 months from foundation pour. It snuck up on us. Oh, that's awesome. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
John is saying, how do we go about inviting your team to tour our new home for your show once it is complete? We are building in Lake Richland Chambers. Okay, so John, it's a very complicated process. You message us through Facebook. Actually, you just did it, so we'll start stalking your job now, and we'll make sure to reach out to you. But if you don't hear from us when you get to closing, just reach out to us again, and we would be happy. We love to show off all of our customers' homes, so we absolutely would love to come out there when you're ready. We got Alex saying, I know there are usually costs that pop up when buying a house. Are there usually more when building versus buying, or is it just case by case?
That's a great question. Okay, Alex. So really the only cost the stuff we talk about frequently, which is your utilities. Okay, so your power, water, access, and then how you're going to, how you're getting to and from the home. How far off the road it is. Those are the things that would be case by case, but those are typically your costs that pop up. The good news is those are all attainable before you ever start. You can find out about those beforehand, so you have a really good idea of what that's going to cost to do it. Septic system would be, that's what I was thinking about. Septic, or what kind of sewer system you're doing, and that will depend on where you're building. If public sewer is not available, which in most cases it's not where we build, you'll be needing to install some type of a on-site sewage facility, a septic system. So those are but we know those. I don't know about that. What kind of costs pop up on used homes, Dawn? Repairs,
sometimes there's repair work that you didn't think about. There's normal like move-in kind of stuff when you're trying to get settled in your house. Did you think, did you want blinds? Do you need to buy them? That kind of stuff is really the only thing.
Let's face it, when you're buying a used home, you're settling anyway, right? I mean, it's not the exact home you wanted. It's certainly not exactly where you wanted it, but so that's a great question though, Alex. But typically utilities, that's the biggest the one that we can find out ahead of time. Again, the only other ones that concern me would be like if it's floodplain or something like that. But again, we can find that out either before you buy the land or not. Even if you already have it, we can find out what part of the property is in fact in the floodplain and what your local governing authority, whether it is a county or municipality, what they require, minimum floor height, minimum foundation height.
Right. Okay, great. We have Casey asking, we are building a Canyon C, and I've noticed the garage is not centered like the model home. We extended the back porch, which just changed the entire alignment, apparently. I'm worried that this change is too big to be corrected.
Yeah, I don't, without looking, I'm not sure, Casey. So let me see if I can pop in real quick and see, as long as it's listed under that name exactly, under Tucker. But yeah, certainly when we start making changes to the plan, so you're building in Navarro County, and it can have an effect on how the things line up to make the roofs work, to make sure that we don't have so the even on the stock plan, I don't know that it's perfectly centered, the garage. And I'm guessing you mean like if you're looking at the left side of the home that it's left to right, but I don't even think on the model it's perfectly centered either, because the front porch doesn't stick out as much as the back porch, or vice versa. Back porch doesn't stick out as much as the front porch, and that seems to be the case on yours. It doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. So again, maybe we can get with Nick or with the construction superintendent to find out exactly. I want to be sure that we're questioned properly. I'm not seeing anything on the plans that looks out of whack, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's you've built it reverse from the model home, but that doesn't really matter one way or the other. But yeah, it's not going to be, the back porch, because the back porch doesn't go out as far. I guess you brought over to go kind of behind the powder room so you can get out from your garage onto your porch, which I think is a great idea. But it's kind of a shed roof coming out on that. Maybe that's what you're seeing if you look at the side elevation of your plans, which is what, but the shed on the back is kind of similar to what the shed roof is on the front, covering your front porch. So they're doing that to mimic it on the back. Anyway, I mean, to me, it looks like it's supposed to. I'm not seeing anything out of whack. So anyway, maybe get us a private message, take a picture or something, and send it to us private, so we can be sure we're addressing your concern properly. Because I don't want to dismiss it. I just want to be sure that we're answering it right.
Okay, perfect. And then Pete is asking, can the septic system be included in the financing to streamline the build process?
What say you, Dawn?
Yes, it can, as long as you have room in the appraisal. So as long as the to-built appraisal of the house is high enough versus what you're paying for the home, we can absolutely include your septic system in that financing. All right. And Casey says thank you. So I assume she's going to send us some pictures so that we can take a look. And that is all of the questions I see.
Awesome. Well, obviously, we appreciate you guys so much tuning in and watching these each and every week. We hope that they are beneficial to you. We hope that they're helpful. If you have other ideas that you would like to see us cover, put those in the chat too, or send us a message on them. We've got, obviously, you can reach out to us via Facebook. We have the website that's 24/7. We got an Instagram page. We got a YouTube channel with gobs and gobs and gobs of these videos and others about how we do construction. We have what's going on in Waco, Dawn? We got something in Waco. What's that?
We have the Behind the Sheetrock seminar this weekend. So from 1 to 3 on Saturday. Go ahead and if somebody can drop the link in the comments for me. But go ahead and register. It is a great opportunity to see our homes under construction and be walked through. We've had so many people respond. We're actually going to split the group. So we have Richard Webb, who's the person who's actually building the houses for us. He's going to take one group through one of the models, and then Justin is going to take another group through the other models. But it's your opportunity to really see these models at mechanical stage before the sheetrock goes up, so that you can get an understanding for what construction is going to look like. And where really the true quality of the home is in the stuff that you can't see, not the pretty that you see when you're walking through our models. So it's a great time to come out and kind of hear why we build homes the way we do, and see everything that's out there. So really, really excited for that. I think both Eric and I are going to be there as well. So we would love to say hi to all of you. So yeah, it's just very exciting. I love it when we're able to do this, because we don't build our models all that often. So this is only the third time that I know of that we've done this. So really excited for you guys to have a chance to come out and do that.
Can't wait to see you guys there. Obviously, reach out to us on any of those meetings we talked about. Go to we have seminars happening at our locations all the time, on Saturdays, sometimes during the week. And so we'd love to see you stop by there. Reach out to our new home specialists through the website. They'll be glad to set you up an appointment, answer your preliminary questions. Maybe you're not quite ready to come in and talk to someone yet. That's what they're there for. Reach out to them. They'll answer your questions via email. They'll answer your questions on the telephone, take you as far as they can. And then when they say it's time to go and talk to somebody, that's when it's time. If you talk about in-depth plan changes and that kind of stuff, that's when it's time to go in and sit down. Doesn't cost anything, no obligation to buy anything. Just sit down and let us cut up a plan for you and start your dream and make it a reality.
We're very friendly. We got coffee. We got snacks. Come on in and see us.
They love to see people.
Yes.
They do. They're salespeople, so they love talking to people. They like it very much. So, and they just like your questions. So,
absolutely.
Anyway, we appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching these. We hope that you find them helpful, and then we truly, genuinely hope to soon make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see all y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.